Welcome back, Legion. Today, I thought I'd have a chat to you guys about what you should be doing when there's no sport on. So, we're not 100% sure how long we're not going to be playing our beloved sports for, but it doesn't mean that we can't be doing something to be nice and proactive and get ahead and work out how we can maybe make the most of the situation. So, first of all, it sucks. It sucks not to have sport. It sucks to not be playing sport. It sucks to not be watching sport and being a part of a sporting team and a club. But we've basically got two choices. We can sit back, take a break, and do nothing, and just whatever happens, slowly get out of shape. Or option two, we could start to work on some things that you haven't been able to do, you haven't had the opportunity to do. We've never had this much time to work on some certain areas. So option one is pretty easy, and I can't really give you much advice on what to do there. It's pretty straightforward. We'll give you a bit of a warning though. You got to be careful with this. If this is truly what you want to do during this time, you want to take some time off, that's fine. But just know that there is a risk that you could become deconditioned. Actually, if you do nothing, there's not even a risk. You definitely will become deconditioned. And basically what this means is you'll lose your fitness, you're going to lose your strength. If you don't do any specific skill work, your skills are going to get worse off. And really this is going to become a compounding effect. So not even just 1 + 1 = 2, this would be 1 + 1 = 5. It's going to extrapolate and get bigger and bigger for every little element that you're not working on. Now, the risk with this is that when we do get to play sport again, is that your chances of being injured are a lot greater than they were before. I think I've spoken about this in a previous post where, yes, we're not necessarily going to be at our absolute best if sport kicks on again in a couple of months, but it's a relative concept, because if you choose to not work on your fitness and your strength and your skills during this time, when it comes time to go back to sport, you're going to be well and truly behind those athletes who have actually used this time as an opportunity to get better. So, feel free to take my advice, feel free not to. But I just thought I'd put a warning out there for you. Now, option two, as I mentioned before, this is an opportunity that we can take. So, my suggestion to those who want to make the most out of this time is to sit down and write out your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, it's good to identify both of these, and when I mean strengths and weaknesses, I'm not just talking about strength and conditioning, I'm talking about you as an athlete. What are you good at right now? What do you need to work on? And then we can move forward from that. So once we've identified, some of the limiting factors to our own sporting performance, we can now start to think about a goal. So we're big proponents of developing SMART goals being specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. So sit down, think about what you might want to achieve in a certain time frame. And I know that is challenging, but even if it's for the next 4 weeks, because you never know, this thing could turn around. I highly doubt it, but it could. So at least for the next 4 weeks, set yourself a small little goal. And then once you get to 4 weeks and you've achieved it, set your next 4-week goal. If you feel like you're in it for a little bit of a longer haul, set a 12-week goal. It's just like we normally would. Whatever you want to go for, just make sure that you give it a time frame, because it's going to make you accountable to achieving that. If you don't set a time frame, it's going to be a little bit open-ended. It means that when you lose a little bit of motivation, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You're just continually moving forward without actually knowing whether you're making progress. Setting the goal is a great start, but the next thing that you have to do is to create an action plan. And an action plan is basically the set of skills or habits that you want to work on and practice on a regular basis that will help you achieve this goal. Because this goal won't be achieved unless you're putting anything into place. And then once you've put something in place, I highly suggest that you do it on a very high frequency as well, because the more you can practice something, the better it'll become automatic and habit. And that's what we want. We want this to be habit. You don't want to have to rely on willpower, because willpower is like a battery, it drains. Sometimes you have lots of it, sometimes you don't. For long-term success, you need to have like constant drive and moving forward, and sometimes willpower is not going to be enough. The battery is just going to be empty, but even when the battery is empty, we need to get something done. Okay, now that we've got this, now we can create a plan. Now I'm going to give you an example of what this might look like. So, you sat down your strengths, you've written out your strengths and your weaknesses. You know, strengths might be game sense, game knowledge, base level of skills. You feel like you've got that covered at the moment. Some of your weaknesses though is skills under pressure, your general overall fitness, and your relative strength. So, you might take that information and go, right, I think I want to improve my 2K time trial, because this is going to help me improve my weaknesses in a couple of ways. I know that if I'm a little bit fitter, that means I'll be able to use my game sense and my game knowledge and my base level skills when I start to get tired. Because what happens when I get fatigued is that everything turns to a mess. I also want to work on my skills under pressure. Now, if I'm a little bit fitter, when I go to use these skills under pressure, I'm going to be able to execute a little bit more frequently and a little bit better than what I have. Now, you can obviously set many other goals, like you could do some drills, like specifically how you want to get better under pressure. There's so many options here. I've just chosen a simple time trial because it's quite easy to measure and it's very easy to train for and repeat and see if you're getting better. And 2K time trials are most of the fitness tests that sporting clubs are going to run anyway. Okay, so your action steps with this, the first thing might be I'm going to run 3 times a week, and then I'm going to perform off-feet conditioning on the other days where I'm not running. All right, so this is something that you can do every day. You know, there's a 7-day set of action plans there. It means you can tick this off. You can gamify it for yourself. Every time you complete this action, whether it is completing your running session or completing your off-feet conditioning, you can give it a tick. As simple as that. It's just enough of a dopamine hit just to be like, yeah, that's good. I feel good that I did that. More and more of these dopamine hits will start to get the ball rolling. All of a sudden you'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty keen to get that feeling on a consistent basis. So the more often you do it, the better you're going to feel. All of a sudden it becomes habit and you can work on the next layer of what you need to work on. Now we set a plan. Your plan might be to Monday, fartlek type running. Tuesday, body weight circuit. Wednesday, active recovery. You're going to go and walk your dog. Thursday, you're going to do an interval type running session. Friday, you're going to do another body weight circuit that's a little bit different to the one that you did on Tuesday. Saturday, you're going to do some tempo running. And Sunday, you're going to do some more active recovery, which might just be going for a walk with your partner. So you notice that it's not all about just belting yourself and doing as much as you can in the period of time. The idea is just to set that template out and work within your own means. And if that is too much, pull it back. The best way to kind of work out whether it's too much is sit back and go, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, there is no way I can get this done, this is way too much. 10 being, yes, I'm going to crush it, it's too easy, a monkey could do it. If you are not a 9 or higher, then it is too hard, and you need to pull it back a bit. So for this example, maybe we might keep the training regime the same, but you're going to keep all the exercise days, all the exercise sessions, all the training sessions under 30 minutes. So you're happy to train every day, but you just can't do it for more than 30 minutes because you've got other time commitments. Or maybe we'll pull it back a little bit. You feel like running 3 times a week might be a bit too much for you at the moment. No worries. Pull it back, add in another active recovery day. I added those active recovery days in because it's just getting you into the habit of doing something every day. It doesn't have to be balls to the wall, hard, flat out. It can be something as simple as going for a walk. this can still help your performance in the long run. Okay guys, that's a really simple version of what you can do, but I implore you guys, take action. Make the most of this time. You will 100% benefit from it in the future. Thanks.